Hi, Kanche.
Hi, Sani.
Okay, so where are we from and what are we here for?
Okay, well, this question is actually pretty quick to answer. This is something that we can each very easily see. The simplest way to determine that is by the short experiment of disconnecting from everything. In that bubble of disconnect, we can see the only purpose is to connect outside of the self, because when we're disconnected from everything, we are alone in the darkness. Therefore, the only purpose is to connect outside of the self or love. But to see the big picture of where are we from, this is seeing beyond the biggest curse word, which is force, which we have discussed in the first video about who are we. So if we see beyond the biggest curse word of force, and we understand that we're not forced into or out of existence by our bodies, because everything is temporary, we would not have the ability of choice. These are all things that we can sense and determine through the scientific method, because we are experiencing these truths in reality right now through our senses. We can determine that force is an illusion. We are only influenced by our bodies. We have choice. Particles pop in and out of existence. No particle is permanent. Everything is always changing. And anything that is permanent, that's all, pushed or pulled in a way that's there forever, ceases to exist. So we see the only thing that builds up reality is influence. And when we realize that, we understand, we can remember who we are and where we're from. So that realization of seeing beyond the biggest curse word enables us to remember where we're from. And if we do that, we can remember we're from a blackness. And that blackness itself is oneness. That is us all just being one spirit. And as one spirit, we were alone. We wished for meaning and purpose and to connect. And from that wish to connect and find meaning and purpose was birthed all of the cosmos, which was golden light and energy. And we all do remember that where we're from moment in our obsession with gold, golden light, and constantly associating that golden light with love, golden sunsets with love, gold with love, as well as loving souls that are kind, having golden auras around their soul and spirit. So we do remember where we're from to extents. We just need to, through science, ask the questions that get us to see beyond the biggest curse word of force, that enables us to see, we are not forced into or out of existence. Our spirit is, and we can remember the moment of the beginning. And it's up to each of us to stop, question things, and become more farsighted so that we can see who we are and where we're from. And that evidence is all around us, like I've shared in the video of the things that we've seen spiritually and our obsession with gold. These are things each person needs to question themselves to determine the truth. But each of us can see, and each of us need to ask those questions to see. But yes, like, as someone that has asked those questions, we are from a blackness. And as someone that has done the experimentation, we are from one, and we have come here to love and connect, as without that, we're trapped within ourselves and living meaninglessly. So it's up to you to do the experimentation, but we have shared everything that we can to help you to do that experimentation and see the results yourself.